And here we are, as promised, with R. Sri Ganesh, Lal Gudi R. Sri Ganesh from Chennai. And anybody who knows Kinkini Dhwani knows that Ganesh is one of our oldest family members, in fact, from the time that I started Kinkini Dhwani. Hi, Ganesh, it's so lovely to see you. Of course, without the lockdown, I don't think we would have thought of doing this Zoom call and getting in touch with each other. So everything has its positive side. And this is something that I am happy has happened because we're now talking to each other.
Yes, I'm
And
happy to. Yeah.
yes, and in fact, anybody who's active on Facebook and looks around a little bit will know Ganesh because Ganesh is also very active. He's totally making a different sort of entry with all his experimentation in every form of percussion. And that is one of the best parts of this young gentleman whom I've known since he was a youngster, too. It's now been what, 35 years? 30 years? 30 years that we know each other.
I've
Yes.
stopped
But
counting.
Kinkini Dhwani is 30. So,
Yeah.
and we know you from before that. So,
Yeah. Almost during the formation, I think we met.
yes, yes, yes. So, so the thing is that here is a guy who is an absolute expert in the traditional format of Mridangam, but has no inhibitions about trying other forms of percussion or singing or exploring because what matters is that he's in this in the middle of all this sound and rhythm that he enjoys. Am I right?
Yes, yes, of course.
So before we go to the traditional part of you, let's talk a little bit about this new avatar of yours. By the way, I love the Mogambo look.
Even I do.
Tell us how you thought of experimenting of doing other forms of percussion, and um, and I can see you thoroughly enjoying it. Also, tell us if you actually learned it, or are you just teaching yourself and going
Uh, I've learnt it. I think you're talking about my drumming.
drumming? Yes.
See, I feel any traditional art has to be learnt before you go on to the next something different in percussion itself. So I learned Mridangam. So even in music, if you learn classical music, you can do any you can enter into any genre and do the best. So I learned Mridangam, which helped me to explore both in terms of talavadyam and drumming ensemble. And right from the childhood, I have always been fascinated towards drumming. So I just wanted to, I mean, at least for some playfully, I thought I will do it. But after shifting to Chennai from Delhi, I had a lot of time to do that, and I learned it formally for at least 2.5 years before discontinuing for other reasons. But now I'm on my own once again because of my Mridangam knowledge. It has helped me to explore on my own. So, and I think music or rhythm or whatever, you should not have restrictions and you should explore as far as you can. And I think it's justified. There is no, there is grammar attached to tradition. There is no grammar attached to light, but you can do both if you do justice to both. That's what I
No,
feel.
I think even in light, uh, the the basic grammar remains the same. How you use those instruments, how they're going to, how they're going to give you that result. What method of music you bring out, produce from that, maybe light
Yeah, it
or
gives you more
traditional.
liberty. In
Yeah,
light, it
yeah,
gives you more
certainly,
liberty,
certainly.
and eventually, more liberty means more exploration and more varieties.
Well, Ganesh, you were a part of our Nabhasprisham Deeptam, which
Hmm.
was as much of a departure from the traditional as could be in terms of content. But also the fact that if you remember, we had this entire pantheon of musicians, of Carnatic and Hindustani, and we had all of that. But what we dealt with, what we brought out, was actually total and absolute um, a traditional format of the dance.
Yeah, it
But
was
we were
within
discussing,
the structure, no.
Yeah, but
Till the
we were
structure of Bharatanatyam, yeah, tell me.
yeah, but we were discussing something completely out of it. Flight and the yeah, the qualities of a pilot, and the evasive tactics and everything, all of that. So it was that is the great fun of having, I feel, of having learned traditional first.
Yeah,
Once you learn traditional, your base is so strong
strong. That's what
that
I
you
mean.
can then actually just explore anything.
Yeah.
And whenever I see you playing, and been doing a lot of that, mind you, I stalk you on Facebook, but I've seen you completely make that music your own too.
Yes.
And and this is something that youngsters today should take note of. It is not that traditional is restrictive. Traditional actually is the most permissive, because it allows you to go deep into it, take that grammar and that use it with whatever you want to do. In fact, it reminds me of that old film Shankarabharanam.
Hmm.
That was also, I think, along similar lines about music. And you have been doing a very good uh, a crossover thing, I think of, because people know you as a traditionalist, and then they're seeing this avataram of you and seeing how thoroughly and how with absolute commitment you play that as well. At least that is what I feel, and I totally enjoy it, and that is why I wanted to start off this discussion with you on that point.
Yeah. In fact, I don't allow myself to get saturated. That is one more reason. And learning things. For example, I've just now finished my MA Rhythmology from Madras University. So that was one more thing I was, planning to do, and I did it. So it may not land you anywhere. It may not be, aimed towards a particular job or something like that. But I just want to do it so that you are active, and no doubt you keep learning. It will increase your repertoire, knowledge, everything. So you should not allow yourself to get saturated. That's what I want to say, especially to the
Yeah.
youngsters, because some people, they are very happy doing the same thing for years together, but I am not that sort of a person. That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, yeah. We are what we call startup specialists. Ne? We start and then we say, okay, now hand it over and let's do the next thing.
Yeah, I don't
I
mind
think
learning, be it any age. I don't mind learning and doing it.
don't talk about age in front of me. You're way younger than I
No,
am.
no, I'm happy you said, here is a, you
young
introduced me like here
young
is a young
boy,
gentleman.
young
So I'm happy
gentleman.
about that. You made my day.
Anyway, so now Ganesh, coming to the fact that you in fact, I think, when I started dancing in Delhi individually, and Archita and I started performing as a duet, I think you were the first person who started playing for us. And it just became family. And we just didn't, people came and played at other times, but as family, it was always, you were always there. And we have thoroughly enjoyed it. But while I was doing this series, one of the things that we've been exploring is that all the musicians are actually very competent, very talented, and very learned in their own art, right? But when you're singing or playing for dance, you have to remember that it is not you but the dancer who is actually center stage, literally center stage. And toning yourself down to ensure that, all right, it is a the vocalist has to be heard when the dance is going on, or making sure that the flourishes that you would normally do if you were playing for a kacheri, even for a pata kacheri, if you were playing for a music concert, you would, uh, the musician wouldn't care if, would actually enjoy it if you went into your own Taniyavattanams and all. But in dance, you just can't afford to do that. And I know many times now, of course, now that we are older and more able to handle variations in talam, we don't do so. But I remember when we were younger or we were dealing with our students or newer dancers, we used to keep telling you, please, just give us the simplest aradhis so that they know when to start. How does that work for you? How um, And yet I never ever saw your passion for playing for dance flag. You were still as passionate, and you would, even in those simple things, you would still put in your whole effort. So how does that work? How, what makes you want to do this?
Yeah. Accompaniment, it's a most important word, be it a concert or a dance. So you need to you know know the definition of accompaniment. So it is a team member. One of the most illustrious Mridangam Vidwans, Karagadi Manisar, always says, we don't accompany, we are the team with the same, with the vocalist or with the violinist. You need to embellish the concert or a dance recital, but at the same time, without disturbing the main dancer. And as you said in the beginning, always, when you're a beginner, you want the simplest stuff are these so that you can concentrate more on your own work or item. But in that also, the accompanist has enjoyment somewhere. Tap that place where he can be passionate, as you said. So it is not that it is simple that it's simple. So we are getting monotonous. We're getting bored and all. That's not like that. We have to find places where we can enjoy our own music at the same time, not disturbing the main artist. So accompanist or whatever you call is very good, very important portfolio. So you cannot,
Orchestra,
yeah,
the
orchestra.
orchestra.
You can't showcase your talent there. As in concert, you have Tanya Vardhanam. In dance, you may not have Tanya Vardhanam, but there are jatis in which there are gaps which can be fulfilled. Again, not disturbing the whole ambience. We have to, in dance, the challenge is to accompany the vocalist at the same time the dancer without disturbing each other. So it's fun actually. I want to say it is fun. It is not challenging or anything. It's
Exactly, the fun, that is the element that is required. If you are challenged constantly, then you may find it tiring.
yeah,
And if you're
pressure.
not challenged at all, you may get into ennui, boredom. But as long as you find it fun, you will make, and you've been with us long enough for us to know just how much fun you can be, even as a person.
Yeah, it
Apart
should be interactive. Even the
Yeah,
dancer has
apart
to,
from,
the dancer or the main artist has to tell the accompanist what she or he wants. That's nothing like there is no ego attached to it. It is all a teamwork. The dancer also should have the courage, even if there is a senior musician accompanying her or him. They should have the courage to tell them what they need in at a particular place. It's a teamwork. That's it.
it's so strange that you should say so, because just now while I was talking with Satish and Chembei, it's exactly what I said. I said if there's ego at any level, and if there's no direct, comfortable communication between the orchestra and the performer, then no matter how good each one individually is, the end result is not going to be
Yeah, it is not
something
going to come.
something that is memorable.
So for me, each of my programs, be it Arangetram or professional program, I take it as my own program
Ownership.
on my mind, and I should do the best. Whoever it is, there's no bias at all. So
Well,
it's a
that is
teamwork, basically teamwork, and you should have a chemistry, good chemistry with the vocalist, the violinist, and you should enjoy, appreciate. So there are so many small things which makes it a big and the best.
yes. All those little things have to come together for it to become that wonderful performance
Whole
that is
package.
made.
It has to be a
Full
package.
package. In fact, I was just remembering the other day that when I first used to do the Natwangam for my students, and say I was playing something even as simple as the Alaripu, you would make sure that you were playing as the beat required. And as we got more and more comfortable with each other, and I got more comfortable with Natwangam, and as the years passed, I know that you knew that I could catch up with whatever you were doing, and I would see you taking off and filling in that entire khandam or mishram or chatushram or tishram, whichever one we were doing. And whenever you did that, I don't know whether I told you then, but whenever you did that, it made me feel so good, because it made me feel like it was your seal of approval on my sense of thalam. That
Yeah, yeah.
you could afford to do this because you knew that I would not get led astray. You were
Yes.
not having to restrict yourself for me. And that always made me feel a little better. All right,
Even as
I've got
accomplished,
this.
we feel happy if somebody can take that, because we can break the monotony and do something different.
Yes, no, I've always taken it as a very, very positive sign that you believe that my hold on that talam is good enough for me to be able to handle whatever it is that you're playing on the side. And that always made me, especially in Mishram. And you would challenge me every time with a different sort of entry into the Mishram, but I got it, and that really felt good. And because even when we are dancing, it's different. When we are dancing, it's as if the body has its own rhythm. But when we are doing Natwangam, it is a different sort of it's a different sort of interaction. Talking of Natwangam, you've been a part of every one of my dance dramas. All the compositions, all right from the very beginning, we used to sit together. I remember Sridhar Anna, you, me, Raghu. We would sit and we would start thinking of the dance drama with everybody's inputs. And I I feel that our dance dramas at Kinkini Dhwani have become so rich because every part of it was discussed with the whole team, with everybody sitting there and saying. And you would suggest ragams, and Raghu would suggest, different breakups of the talam. Try it in this. Idile or pause kurta. This maybe this can, it's coming in 7 now, but maybe we could turn it into Adi by giving a little carve here. That made it all so interesting.
Yeah, of course.
What has been your experience of being part of compositions? I know you've been part of really mega productions. Ours are very small productions, but I like the intensity with which we work. I like the fact that the minute something comes into my head, I say, I'm thinking of this, so that you're already aware of it. And when we come, we try and bring that entire ideology in. A little bit about your experience of working on compositions, especially dance compositions.
Yeah, composing is a different ball game. Composing doesn't only identify 32, 48, 96. It's not only calculations. It has to go with the theme which is behind that composition, and for which you have to compose. And you need to know the meaning or the scene or whatever it is for composing. And you should use the particular syllables. Basically, you should use the dance syllables for sure, because I've seen people composing with other syllables, Mridangam syllables, and who they play in Tanyavarams, they are trying to incorporate in dance. That is very good, but for dance, I think the syllables have to be dance syllables and go along with the line of composition, line of the idea. So it has to be aesthetically very good, though may not be very calculated, very intricate, but it has to get attached to the particular composition from the viewpoint of the dancer. So that's what I do. I try to understand what it is, and one option will not end this thing. You have to give options to the dancer. Even a simple jati, if I have to compose, even now I give options to them. I give 4 or 5 options on WhatsApp. Then they come back with one more, one of them, and it happens like that. So it has to be. We should meet at a point where we both agree that it is going to work. This particular pattern is going to work for this particular scene. So that's what I do. So it's not like you want a rhythmic pattern for 32 for a particular tilana. I just do something on 32 and you try to match. Though so it may not match.
No, it is. In fact, it is because you. I don't know whether you overtly taught this to me, but whenever I have been around, and we used to sit in the studio and you used to be composing for us, because I'd suddenly say, "Oh, I think there's one missing here. Let's try and put something in." That I got into these families of jatis that work together. Which one goes with what, and which it is okay to be a little irreverent with, and you can change that and add something else, or how to create different sorts. I mean, technically we knew what yatis were,
Yeah,
and
that's
how
what.
a yati moves, but
How to
how
use
to
them
make it
aesthetically.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
all that I think I sort of imbibed from you, and you never ever questioned any Korve that I created, I would create for Jati Surams, I would create Tilana. We were talking the other day about Revati. And I remember how Sridhar
Yeah.
Anna was wondering. He said, no, no, Revati as a Tilana will just not work for dance. And we said, let's try because I really love the music. And then we did it. And that was so long ago. And I remember how very appreciative you were. And that is the sort of interaction that I think that really um, creates, first of all, that feeling of, you know, um, camaraderie between us, but also a sense of value that each holds for the other.
Yeah.
And so there have been times when I've just picked up the phone and said, tell me on the phone, tell me on the phone. And that this was before the WhatsApp days. And on the phone you would say, all right, wait, let me think. And I'd say, okay, this is what is coming before, this is what is going after, give me something in between. And you would. And that is how well we knew each other, that
Yeah.
we did
See,
not need to
even
be
if you're an
discussing
expert,
constantly.
it doesn't mean if you're an expert. If I'm an expert, I know more than you in terms of rhythm. It doesn't mean you cannot compose at par with me. Like, for example, the Revati Tilana is a very good example. I mean, it was fabulous. That's what I should say. Because I hadn't seen any composition of you like that before. So I came to know that you are capable enough to handle the Revati Tilana like that. So that's it. Then after that we moved on. And one more thing, I remember you wanted a pattern for a chess game.
Yes, yes,
It
yes,
was one
yes,
of
yes.
the,
That
I
was for
don't
Anya
remember the
Ananya.
concept.
Anya Ananya, that dance drama. And
Yeah,
we were doing it live. Wow.
yeah. And initially I thought, what should I do with the? I mean, it's a silent move, and it is not a big, ground game, open ground game. But we pulled out something. We were
No,
happy about it.
I remember we discussed what we did was, and what you did beautifully
It matched.
was we matched the names. So the pawn moved in smaller syllables, and the
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the horse moved in those three and a half
Yeah,
syllables.
these things you told me what to do. Then I knitted it into that pattern. And I remember Sridhar was there, Raghu was
Yes,
there in my place in Eastern Departments, and we did it in my place.
yes,
So you
yes.
need to share what you require. That's what I meant
It
earlier
was it
also.
was also it was also like we did Meenakshi.
Every
The
all the
building of
compositions I think.
the city of Madurai was done purely on swaras and jatis. And I told you how I wanted it built up from level to level, and how I just wanted the syllables themselves and the swarams themselves to give that feeling. And how beautifully, and you were there, and Sudha was there, and Raghu was there, and we were sitting there, and spontaneously you all kept coming up with
See,
parts of it.
basic visualization if you have, then it makes things easier for the composers. So basic visualization has to be there. You cannot get lost in between or in the beginning or at the end. You should have the whole, and there can be changes, but basic skeleton has to be made. See, like even when we used to compose, so there were always changes, I think. So it could, finally while recording, before recording or before going live, even in the rehearsals, we made some small changes, I remember.
Yeah, that is when we saw it done, we felt okay, maybe
Yeah.
here many, and most of the time the changes were from you, because you would say, let's just like, "இப்படி பண்றியா நீ? Okay, in that case let me just change it a little bit here."
Yeah, when I see your students dance or you
Yes,
people you guys dance, and I think that it might work better, that
yeah,
particular step or whatever.
exactly, exactly. And that is the sort of interaction that is totally and absolutely unmatched. If you if we can't have that sort of an interaction, I don't think I would have been able to, put together. King Symphony has what, 25 dance dramas, of which I think 16 were brand new compositions, and you've been a part of each one of them.
Yeah,
And that's it. That sort of interaction, that sort of coordination, being together, would just not have been possible if we did not also share a very comfortable personal relationship.
yeah, that's also one. I always do that. Even if I compose for some new dancer who I don't really know for years, there has to be a personal touch along with the professional relationship. That's what I meant. It's my. If you think it's my show, it's my project, then it works. It adds on to the I mean, it makes things very, very easy actually for both ends, unless there are drastic. I mean, it is beyond our control. Some people are very egoistic and all that. That is different. But normally, it doesn't happen if you have consideration
Yeah,
for the.
ownership, and ownership in a positive manner, in a manner of sharing.
And you should
Yeah.
respect the others. There may be ideas for which you may not be very comfortable to work, but you should respect the ideas and do whatever you want, or you can say no
Or
gracefully.
voice why you're uncomfortable with it,
Yeah,
and see if it can be changed.
yeah, it can be done better, and you can always share your and then if that is taken positively, then it works, we can go forward.
All right. Now, before we wrap up, I know you have to go, otherwise I can talk to you for hours.
Yeah.
But before you go, there's two things I want you to do.
Mhm.
One is that a part of you, which many people don't know, is that you also sing. You
Mm.
sing because you enjoy singing,
Yeah.
but it is great fun to hear you sing.
Mm.
And the second thing is that you've lately been doing a lot of compositions on this very basic thing called the Alaripu. People don't really pay much attention to an Alaripu. An Alaripu is an Alaripu. It's like a opening bracket, and then you carry on from there.
Mm.
So but you've turned it into some very interesting combinations, and
Mm.
actually very challenging for the dancer to figure out and put forth in the Alaripu format.
Mm.
I'd like you to share a little bit of that.
Yeah, Alaripu, which I did recently, I don't I don't remember any of them. Of course, normally my I don't know whether it is right or wrong. I forget what I do, and in fact, I have to recollect it from the person for whom I did. So I'll just do a simple Alaripu, Misra Alaripu with some embellishments in between. I think
Okay,
that's better.
okay, okay.
Tay ya tayum ta tom taka 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 tay ya tayum tangra kuda gira tay tangra kuda gira dam tay tom taka taka di taka taka tay ta tay ta 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 taka ta tom tay tom gira tay tangra kuda gira tay ta tay ta tay tangra kuda gira tom tay tom gira tay ta tay taka taka tom tay tom gira taka tay ta tay taka taka tom tay tom gira tay ta tay gira 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 tom.
This is the sort of thing you used to put into the to put into the mridangam when I was playing. Exactly
Yes.
like this.
Yeah. I love Mr. Alaripu, by the way. That's what I
I
said.
know, I know, I know. I find it so interesting too, because there's just so much that you can do with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, see, all respects to the traditional items which have been given to us by our, I mean, great gurus, because they have, and we can do anything. The structure is such that we can keep evolving it and, I mean, improving upon it.
I feel that as long as we keep the grammar,
Yeah.
when we
So
are
now,
doing traditional, we need to keep the grammar of it right.
yeah, there was no
As long
deviation of
as
grammar when I said this the way I said it. So it's all Misram. But
I know,
they have given the gaps, and they have given the space for you to evolve,
explore.
explore.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now a quick something to hear. Sing.
Yeah, recently we all know that SP sir passed away. So I,
Yeah.
in fact, sang this song on Facebook as a tribute to him. I'll repeat that.
Okay.
பல்லவி இல்லாமல் பாடுகிறேன் பாதை இல்லாமல் ஓடுகிறேன் பல்லவி இல்லாமல் பாடுகிறேன் பாதை இல்லாமல் ஓடுகிறேன் ஊமை காற்றாய் வீசுகிறேன் உறங்கும் போது பேசுகிறேன் இந்த ராகம் தாளம் எதற்காக உயிரே உனக்காக உயிரே உனக்காக உயிரே உனக்காக உயிரே உனக்காக.
Wow. I just realized that I had done this whole recording with um, with you alone and me hanging on top. I hope I'm coming there. But anyway, the audience knows I'm there. And I guess it's better that there's more of you seen. Right now, I'm on the screen with you. Thank you so much, so much, so much, Ganesh, for being here, for sharing this time. And I really actually I want to carry the discussion on percussions forward. And in fact, may even ask you there and Chandru here to come together and have a discussion, much as you would do a Talavadi Kachari, maybe. You know, because I feel that there's so much that we take for granted that we could, actually speak of, and there's so much that we don't understand that a little discussion might make it so much easier to do much more with if we have that discussion.
It
Thank you
was
so much.
absolute pleasure, and we revisited all our compositions almost.
Yes, almost.
Yeah, I felt nostalgic and very happy. And I hope to continue, and we can do more of such interactions. So
Oh,
because
in fact, there was one thing that I wanted to say when we were talking about compositions that, I never realized till I asked Satish to compose a Mallari for me that he said, okay, let me talk to Ganeshan now.
mm,
I didn't realize that that is where it comes from, that the Mallari originally is about the beat divisions.
mm, mm,
And that was such a revelation for me. And of course, with Vidya, you did that Pushpanjali. And
yeah,
those were times when I realized that the vocalists
mm,
are actually depending on you to begin it or you to lay out the format for them to be able to put the swarams and you know,
yeah. It's
the
other way around
Nashwalu into.
also. Whenever we compose for Chitta Swarams or Swarams and the Varnam,
Mhm.
so we need the singer to sing that instead of just getting the calculations. When they
Yeah,
sing, aesthetically we are able to do better.
yeah. No, because that was a real eye opener for me. That was the first time I realized that this is how it works. I didn't realize that this was what was part of it. As I was saying, we're looking forward to this opening up so that we can
Anytime,
not
because
just revisit at a distance, but
yes,
actually recreate or create something new whenever we meet
yeah,
next.
the near future at least is going to be on all online. So we need to do this. We need to
Yes,
continue this.
yes, yes. Well, I guess all of us get here sooner or later. And to our viewers, thank you so much for being with us. I'm sure you all enjoyed having Ganesh here. I know I absolutely enjoyed it. But I have to tell you that because we are out there in public, both of us were behaving very, very decorously. We are not so decorous when we are normally in front of each other.
Should
We
not
have,
be.
well, we have a lot of fun and a lot of irreverence going on, but that we can always do offline. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Ganesh, and we look forward to having more of you online
Yes,
with us.
pleasure, pleasure. Thank you so much. Namaskaram.
Until the next Saturday, it's Namaskaram to all of you.